What's going on YouTube? This is Enigma702 and I am just here to show off my collection that I am about to sell on eBay. It sucks. I don't want to get rid of it, but unfortunately times are tough, and this is just going to be the meat and potatoes of my collection. I also have some other things that I'm not going to show you because I don't feel like editing a 10-minute video. This is more for me, but I figured I'd share this with you guys so you can at least see some of the cool things about N64. Now you might be looking at this N64 and saying to yourself, well, this one's a little bit different than what I remember. That's because this little guy down here is the 64 disk drive, and we'll come back to that in a second, but that's the centerpiece of my collection. It is one of the rarest console add-ons in history. It was only released in Japan. I believe about 15,000 of them were ever made, and only about half of those still work today. It is a really cool add-on for this system. It was developed so that games would have kind of an old-school version of downloadable content. They would allow games to have add-on levels and characters. Only one game was ever released that actually used that feature, and that's one of the ones that I have over here. It's only one in this stack that isn't rare, but this is all of my rare regular games, and that is F-Zero X, by the way, to answer that question. F-Zero X had a disk drive game called the Expansion Kit that I'll show you in a second that allowed you to do different levels. But anyways, these are my rare games. Unfortunately, they're all out of box. I have some other rare games that are in box, complete in box, but this is Densha Digode 64. I have a train controller for that. I'll show you in a second. Ogre Battle 64, which is pretty rare and hard to find. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. Super Bowling. This version of Mario Party 3 was a demo version that you only see in store displays, or it came with consoles in a separate bundle. I don't believe this one actually did come in a bundle. I may be mistaken, but it's pretty rare. Conker's Bad Fur Day, speaking of rare games, pardon the bad pun. Wonder Project J2 isn't as rare as the other ones in this area, but it's a pretty fun game, very innovative for its time. Harvest Moon 64, super fun game. I actually owned this when it came out. Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut, the reason this one's rare is because it was a rental-only game. You actually couldn't buy it. StarCraft 64. Bomberman 64, The Second Attack, which was released near the end of the N64's life. Worms Armageddon, super fun. Sin and Punishment. Now this game is super cool, and actually, although it's Japanese, if you can get a modded N64, it's super fun. It's a third-person 3D shooter where you're on foot, and it's all in English for the most part. I mean, all of the dialogue and the cutscenes is in English. If you can actually navigate the Japanese menus, this game is playable today, and is actually pretty cool. And I'm kind of shocked that Nintendo never released it in America. This is Animal Forest. You may know it in America, or in Europe, I believe, as Animal Crossing. They re-released it on GameCube with updated graphics and content. Bangai-Oh, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but this actually was released in America on the Sega Dreamcast with better graphics. It's a two-dimensional old-school shooter made by Treasure, one of the coolest game developers that rarely made games for America. So those are my rare games. I'm missing maybe one or two of the ones that I really wanted, like FIFA International 2002. These are part of my eBay auction. That little guy right there, always love him. These are my Nintendo 64 disk drive games. And I'm missing two. I'm missing Japan Pro Golf Tour 64 and Doshin 2. And that's because both those games are about $300 a piece. Very, very expensive pieces to my collection, in that since I was never able to finish it, unfortunately, I don't have. This is a stereotypical N64 disk drive game. As you see, they are a little bit different than a regular game. They come in these really nice jewel cases. It's kind of similar to what zip disks came in, with an instruction manual. Pretty cool. And then this is the actual game. And as you can see, they're not cartridges, so to speak. They're discs. Come in a slightly similar to zip disk format. I'm not sure what it is exactly. Comes with this little dust cover, which you can't even open, really. Pretty cool stuff. These are awesome because they have more capacity than a cartridge, and stereo sound, kind of like a CD. It just goes into the disk drive like so. You just slide it in, Oops, try that again. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. I now know what everyone on eBay, or wow, on YouTube is always complaining about. And that's what it looks like with a disc inside of it. It actually runs off the power supply of the N64. It doesn't have its own power supply, as you can see. I'll show you how it hooks up before the video is over. But then it just ejects like this. I'll try to do another video of the disk drive booting up, maybe show you a little gameplay before it sells, but the auction does end tomorrow at 1 o'clock Pacific time, so it may not be much longer that this is in my my collection at all. But anyways, these are the 4 Mario Artist games. They're kind of similar to Mario Paint, which was on the Super Nintendo or Famicom, depending on where you live. This is the RANDnet disc, which allowed you to go online using the modem cart, which I also have. SimCity 64, which is pretty cool. It's a 3D version of SimCity. The aforementioned F-Zero expansion kit, which in combination with this F-Zero game, this was basically downloadable content for this. It allowed you to make your own vehicles, which was cool, but also allowed you to make your own tracks, and that was cool. This is actually the reason I bought the 64 disk drive, and I kind of became obsessed with it. This is Doshin the Giant, which came out in Europe. I can't remember the exact name, but it came out in Europe on the GameCube. A second, there we go. Very unique game. I actually enjoyed this one. It's kind of like a god simulator, so to speak. You have to control this giant. Ooh, let me put that over here. I do not want to drop that. You have to control this giant who's worshipped by these people, and it's kind of difficult to understand because it's all in Japanese. I hear that the GameCube version is much easier. Sorry about the crazy camera. I'm doing this with one hand. I actually wasn't going to show you that. But anyways, those are the 64 disk drive games. These are some of my other rare games that are complete in box. I have other ones, but they're not as rare. This is Bomberman 64, the 2001 edition. This is different than the one that was released in America and possibly Europe. It's a 2D, old school version of Bomberman. It's a top-down view. It's not a 3D version. Pretty cool. I still actually prefer the 3D Bomberman over the 2D format. But this is Tetris 64. Super cool. You use these biosensors. I have 2 of them. They connect to your earlobe, read your heart rate. And in the game, it basically makes it harder or easier depending on your heart rate. This is the Dance Dance Revolution, the only one released on N64, only released in Japan. By the way, these are all Japanese games if you weren't aware. It came with the dance pad, which I'm going to show you in a second. These are the biosensors. I'm kind of low on time. Now, this is a super rare game, and that's why the box is faded. This is Mario no Photopea 64. Let's see if I can pull this out real quick. The box is faded, and I don't have a better version of it because it's super rare. It comes with an inner box. You pull that out. Alright. This is the cartridge. Check this out. This is completely unique. In fact, this is the only game in the entire N64 library with this cartridge. And up on top, there's 2 memory card slots. This one comes with a memory card. What this is, basically, is a photo editing software. It's not actually a game. You can connect it to, using the memory card, to pictures. I don't even know why I said connect. You can put pictures and other things in the game and edit it. And then I guess you could take the memory card and take it to a printer. Kind of a useless concept, but I guess it was a good idea. Just never really sold well. Here's some of the games I played recently, unfortunately, are part of the auction. And there's all of my other games. Get out of here, cat. Get out of here. No, get. Don't attack my hand. Go. These are some of my other games. I have about 100 of them. None of these are rare. I mean, there's some games in there that are relatively rare, like Mario Party 3, Mario Party 2, Smash Brothers. You know, the Mario games. Some of those games. Dude, that's your fault. You just hit your head. That's your fault. Stupid cat. No. Hey, get down from there. These are my controllers. That blue one, damn it, I'm running out of time. This blue one's super rare. It's a turbo controller, first party, developed by Nintendo. Never released in America. It's made by ASCII, I believe. Anyway, those are my games that are not rare. I have about 6 controllers, but only that blue one's really rare. That gray one is the 64 disc drive one, but not really that rare. 2 transfer packs, a Game Shark. This is the N64 disc drive modem. Works in conjunction with the disc drive to connect it to the internet. And, oops, I have that in backwards. It goes in like this. And it actually works. You can plug it into a phone line and it tries to read the internet connection. But it only worked in Japan on a certain type of connection that connected to the RANnet servers, which have been defunct since, I believe, 2001. So it's kind of worthless these days. This is the N64 mouse. It actually is compatible with StarCraft, I believe, as well as a couple other games, which is ironic because it was never released in America and it works on American versions of those games. It was released for the Mario Artist games, and really is kind of rare. It's not as rare as the keyboard. The keyboard is extremely rare. I've seen them go on eBay for $300–400. That's super rare. And I got some memory cards and rumble packs. This is the capture cartridge. This goes into the top of the N64 and allows you to connect videos or, damn, I put that one backwards too. Videos or video cameras, I believe, into it. I never really messed with the Mario Artist games too much, but there's one of them that allows you to do videos, and this uses these little connectors on the back to connect video cameras to. It even has a mic in, so you can create your own videos, which is kind of cool. You better not mess with my games, buddy. You'll be in timeout. Hey You Pikachu with the microphone. This is the dance pad. This is the train controller. I'm running out of time, so I can't show you the actual controllers. I have another video showing this one off. I really wanted to make review videos of these and show you how they work and give you my opinions, but I am a musician and I have a full-time job. I'm extremely busy, so unfortunately I never got to. But these are really cool. This is just like the American Dance Dance Revolution pad. Connects to the front of the N64. It works pretty good. And then this is cool as hell. This little lever controls the speed of the train. Or, yeah, this is the brake, I believe. And I'm not sure what this is, a cup holder, or maybe it holds your change. I don't know what it is. I think, from what I researched on the internet, that in real life the trains have these little holes and conductors put their watch in there. I'm not really sure why. Actually, I should be able to do this in time. Let me see if I can pull this one out. I'm not going to mess with that. A, it's a pain in the ass to unfold. B, it's just that. But this is cool. Let me see if I can pull this out. Yeah, my little inner box got ripped, unfortunately. Kind of made me mad. I did it when I got this in the mail and I was pulling it out. I was super excited. This is the controller. This is so cool. I actually enjoyed this game. This little lever controls the accelerator. It's got kind of like some sort of mechanism in it that springs it back. See, if I have to kind of tug it to get it down, but then all I got to do is touch it and it flies up. This is the brake. Took me a while to figure out the controls because the game's all in Japanese, but pretty cool. Select and start, A, B, C, and that's it. It doesn't run on batteries or anything like some of the accessories on other game consoles. This is all powered by the N64. This game is fun. I mean, it's a kind of a limited game. It's super rare. This controller's worth anywhere. I paid about $80 for it, complete in box. I've seen the loose ones go for about $50. I've seen complete in box ones go for $150. So it just depends. Probably, in all honesty, this is probably the rarest thing I have. Even more rare than the 64 disc drive. This is super cool. Good luck finding this. I can't even find it on eBay loose, let alone complete in box. Pretty cool. That's why this is so not such a big deal that it's faded. And it's only that part of the box. The rest of it's still in good shape. And the box itself's in pretty good condition. But to find that in pristine shape, good luck. All right. I've got 45 seconds to see if I can show you this real quick. I just want to show you how this connects. I don't know if I'll make it. Pushing the clock here. These little nuts hold the system together. Oh no, I didn't get it all the way. Oh crap, I'm going to run out of time. Come on, baby. Alright. I'm not going to make it. I thought I got it all the way out. Come on, baby. There we go. Okay, cool. 10 seconds. 64 disc drive. Little thing. Goes in the slot of the 64. And that's how it works. YouTube, peace out.